Hey everybody, I'm here with my favorite partners James Kinney and Ellie Kinney behind the camera. And today we decided that we're going to share our family secret of our Sunday sauce. So right here what we're looking at is our main ingredients of our Sunday sauce. It's a red marinara type sauce. It's got lots of meat, lots of goodness in it, and we love making this on Sundays. So we figured we'd share it with the world, so feel free. Main ingredients of our Sunday sauce is obviously our tomato base, right? You can use any kind of tomatoes that you like. I have a combination of crushed, tomato puree, diced, and of course tomato paste. Right? Don't be afraid of the tomato paste. A lot of people don't like to put it in there. If you're going to cook it for a long time, it's all good. General Italian seasonings, I like a lot of oregano, so I put it under there. For all my Jersey friends out there, this is Jazzy Salt from Market Basket. If you're not fortunate enough to live close enough to Jazzy Salt, let me know, I know a guy. Salt and pepper, one of my few secret ingredients that I'm going to be revealing with you today is a couple of hot pepper flakes. Let's talk about the meat. Ground beef for meatballs. I usually go two plus pounds. Hot Italian sausage, and when I get to cooking them, I'll show you the right way to put them in there. You can include these or not include these, it's up to you. This is super important. You either get beef or pork hocks, and it's really important that they have the bone with the marrow in there, because that's where you get a lot of the flavor. And when we start cooking the sauce, I'll show you how to get those in there right. For the meatballs, we have eggs, garlic and onion for the sauce and the meatballs, olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, breadcrumbs, and of course a little red wine, full-bodied Cabernet, or this is Sangiovese, in that respect. So in a couple minutes, we're going to get all this stuff ready to go. We're going to go in order. I hope you enjoy it. The best way to do it is you take a garlic clove and take your knife and smash it. Do this with all 3 garlic cloves, or however many you want to put in. And then if you do that, that does a couple things. One is you can really easily peel the garlic from there. And 2, it actually opens up a lot of the areas in the garlic.
Go.
All right, olive oil time. So what we're going to have Ellie do here is she's going to pour some into our big sauce pot. Go ahead, kiddo. You want, I don't know, I eye up everything. You want, that's good. I don't know, 4 tablespoons. And then you take your crushed garlic that we had before here, and you drop it right in there. All right, low to medium heat, and then you want to brown the garlic. I'll come back when it's about brown. All right, now that we've browned our garlic, we're going to take our pork with the pork hocks. And you get these in the supermarket, it's got some pork meat on it. Most important is the bone with the marrow. That's what's going to give us all the flavor. Normally I'll grill these a little bit, but we're just going to chuck them right in because we're cooking them in our garlic. All right, hey-oh. Get them in there. I'm just going to brown these a little bit. There we go, let's put it all in. Get that going a little bit. We are going to add our tomatoes. Cut. All right, Jazzy salt, or really any kind of seasoned salt is fine. Yep. Pepper. And again, just eye everything up. You can too. Secret ingredient, just a dash of hot red pepper flake. You don't really want to taste it, but it definitely adds flavor. That much. Perfect. A little more olive oil in there. Flavor. Splash of red wine. Enough.
What I will taste it in?
It just blends into the flavor. All right, so now we're going to stir the sauce up a little bit. We put our seasonings in there. You can really put any seasonings you want. There was already basil in one of the tomato cans, so I don't really put that in there. So we're going to make sure that we keep stirring the sauce. Very important that you stir the sauce, because the stuff on the bottom is always going to cook faster than the stuff on the top, so you always want to keep it even. You're going to cover it. I cover it a little bit, just mostly to prevent splatters. And I'm going to put it way down low, because you don't ever want to boil your sauce. Boiling sauce is bad. So we're going to stir it. And then we're going to move on to phase 2, which is the meatballs. All right, meatballs. All right, this is where the secrets come in. Right, Meatball ingredients are pretty much the same ingredients that you put in your sauce, but we're going to really get them in there with a couple of our secret ingredients. So, first things first, you want to make sure you have 2+ pounds of ground beef, 80/20. Right? The fat, you want the fat. Right? So Ellie's here is going to sprinkle in some oregano. Yep. The flavor from the sauce is going to get in there. Going to crack in some salt a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit of jazzy salt here. Right? No, keep it all out. Alright, I'm going to put in some pepper. I like a lot of pepper. Alright. Now we need something that's going to hold all this together. 3 eggs. Okay. We do 3 eggs. It's important. The eggs really hold the meatballs together. Very important ingredient. Alright. Now, secret ingredient time. Alright. One, not so secret, Worcestershire sauce. Alright. Not a lot, because you don't want it to taste too much like meatloaf, but you know. That's good. Secret ingredient. Hold it up. A1 steak sauce. Alright, don't be afraid to get this in there either. It gives a little sweet and a little tang to your meatballs. Keeps them nice and moist too. Love A1. Alright, now, most of us we put breadcrumbs in. Alright, this holds our meatballs together. So I put a little unseasoned breadcrumbs. Alright, the #1 Kinney secret ingredient, and I came upon this secret ingredient by accident once because I did run out of breadcrumbs. So I found this and it's made my meatballs great ever since. So, secret ingredients is
Goldfish.
Pepperidge Farm original flavor goldfish. Gotta make sure they're original flavor because if you use the cheesy flavor, your meatballs are gonna taste not so good. So what you do here, I found the best way to get these in there is put them in a Ziploc bag, try to get as much air out of them as possible. I usually put about 1/2 to 2/3 the bag in there, and then we bang them all up. Crunch them up. Tiny little powder. Alright, I'm also going to add a little bit of milk or heavy cream, whatever you like. Parmesan cheese. I don't go heavy on the cheese. Some people do, some people don't. Just get a little bit of flavor in there. Or any rings or anything like that, or you're going to get some grossness. Now, while we're mixing this up, all the while we've been preheating our oven to 350 degrees. Alright, so if you haven't done that yet, hopefully you have, because now your hands are gross. Got it about the consistency of, I don't know, clay. I guess sort of a loose clay. Now here's another key to perfect meatballs. You want to get whatever size meatballs you want to make. You want to make it big or small, it doesn't matter. It's going to cook for hours, so it's all good. I try to make a variety of half big, half small, a little less than a baseball. The key is to get that, and to when you wrap them loosely. A lot of people push them, and they make them all really firm and solid. All the goodness doesn't get in or out, so you want to keep them a little bit loose. Alright? Put them on a foil-lined tray. Nice and loose, like a baby bird. Right there. Perfect. Now, while that's the meatballs in the oven and the sauce is simmering, we're going to add our sausage. You can add sausage or not add sausage. I like to get hot Italian sausage. Shameless plug for Premio at Porto, New Jersey. Great Italian sausage. You can usually get those at ShopRite or any store, but these are just ShopRite brand. Couple different ways I like to make the sausage. I always cut a little relief on the end with a knife, just like that. Alright, now it lets a little bit of the flavor come out, but still keeps the inside nice and moist. I should grill these a little bit. Today I'm not going to, I'm just going to put them in a pan so you can see it. And then what I'll do is I'll take 3 or 4 of them, and I'll cut them all the way, almost all the way in half. So this lets out a little bit more of the flavor. Alright, so your meatballs will come out looking like this. Beautiful. Alright? Put these there. There's a couple different ways to get the meatballs into the sauce. Splatter's always an issue. What I found best, tops. Okay, pull them apart just a little bit, but doable. Alright, so we got all the meatballs in the sauce. We're going to do one final stir before we let it simmer. Careful now, you got a lot of stuff in there. You don't want the meatballs to get broken apart, so be gentle. Special guest.
My mommy.
Hi guys.
Alright, so now we have it all the way on low as it can go. I usually leave the top on, just a little bit off just to prevent splattering, but you always want to make sure you want to vent because remember, you never want it to boil. Never boil sauce. Alright, we'll see you in a couple hours. Ellie's stirring the sauce. It's been cooking for about 4 or 5 hours now. Just went ahead and pulled out all the bones from the pork stock before. You can pull them out earlier if you don't want any of the pork kind of shredding into your sauce. I like it shredded into the sauce, so I let it go and let it kind of fall apart. Pull it out. We got water on that's getting ready to boil right now. We're going to use 1 box of something I never bought before, but it's basically like penne. And then we're going to go from there. Another thing we're doing is we got an oven warmed up, so we have some garlic bread to go along with it. And then we'll take it from there. Alright, always remember, always keep stirring the pasta. You don't have to continuously stir it, but you know, every couple minutes, give it a stir so they'll stick together. It's always a good idea to stir the sauce, but you want to be gentle, especially now because the meatballs are really tender, because we didn't pack them real tight on purpose, so you don't want them totally falling apart. It's nice that your sauce gets a little chunky. Close. Yeah, we'll pull the garlic right out after it's broiled. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom! Well, that's perfect garlic bread right there. Alright, so pasta's done. I just taste test it. I want to be very careful because it's really easy to get burned. When you pour into a strainer, watch out, but steam is very hot.
This is our sauce, and that's our garlic bread. And
Correct.
then this is our pasta.
Alright, so. Key things to remember. See, we got one of the bay leaves out there. We'll find the other one as we go through. Key things to remember as we're doing this. Alright, 1, always stir the sauce.
Yep.
In the beginning, don't burn the garlic. Make sure you pull out the bones. Pull out the bones. Alright. I'm going to try to set it up so that the garlic bread and the pasta going around the same time. It makes it easier to pull them out. Alright. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Good? Alright, what do you got to say to people?
We hope you love your sauce and your garlic bread and pasta and your meatballs.
Alright.
I said meatballs.
Alright, Kenny Cooks. Signing off.
Bye.
I'm gonna go watch TV.
I'm gonna follow you.
No. What was that? A s'more?
No.
Alright.
So do we delete that?
No, just keep.
Are we gonna keep
That's
this?
listen. A little B-roll here.
What's a B-roll?
You just get the mic, I suppose. Oops. Our film crew. Sausage is cooking.
Film crew. Are you gonna put that?